Hello everyone, this is Komal and today we are going to discuss class 9th geography topic of chapter number 11, composition and structure of atmosphere. It comes under the unit 4, the atmosphere. So in this chapter we will discuss about the composition part of Earth's surface and structural condition of Earth's surface. In composition, the Earth is divided into number of gases and present in it. The classification is given here. The 78% is nitrogen, 21% that is oxygen, and remaining 1% for the other gases. So basic composition part is this. Basically the composition part, it is containing 78 and 21 and 1%. It contains 99% clean dry air with two further divisions. The first one is heterosphere and the second one is homosphere. In heterosphere, the further two classifications are given. The first one is thermosphere, that is exosphere contains, and the second one is ionosphere. Thermosphere, the layer of Earth, the exosphere layer in which the fresh air is obtained, and the ionosphere, it contains the ionical charge, which is the rays we are getting from the sun, and they are creating the ionical charge, electrical charge in the air. That's why this layer is known as the ionosphere. Now on the other side, the next thing, homosphere, it contains up to the 80 kilometer of the altitude, and the density increases with the altitude. As we go up, the intensity or the thickness of the layer is increases. So this is the basic composition of atmosphere. I will show you about the composition. Before that, the domains of the Earth. Domains of the Earth, you already know about the four main realms of the Earth are there, and that is also known as the domains. The biosphere further divided into three more parts. It contains three more parts. The first one, atmosphere, lithosphere and hydrosphere. We are describing the atmosphere part. Atmosphere part further classified into two basics, the composition and the structural condition, and atmosphere contains the layer of gases. So the gaseous part we are explaining in this chapter. Then lithosphere, the solid part of the earth crust, and the water surface that comes under the hydrosphere. So the composition part we already discussed, the two main basic, heterosphere and homosphere, ionical charge, and the thermosphere or the exosphere part. Further, the major gases which gives their importance to our life, are nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide and argon. The oxygen contain 21%, nitrogen 78%, and 1%, within 1%, argon and carbon dioxide both are getting this percentage. So this 1% is very important, as they are creating the ecological balance in the atmosphere. Then the structure of the atmosphere, if we will talk about the structure of atmosphere, structural part of Earth is divided into 5 main layers of the Earth. The first one, the nearest layer of the Earth, that is known as the troposphere. Second is stratosphere. Third one, mesosphere, further thermosphere, and the upper side which comes to the planetary, space planetary, that is the exosphere. Troposphere, which comes to the height of 20 kilometer area from the Earth's surface, and the next one layer, the stratosphere, which goes up to the 50 kilometer area of the Earth's surface. Mesosphere goes to the 85 kilometer, further thermosphere goes to the 690 kilometer, and exosphere goes toward 10,000 kilometer, or it will combine with the interplanetary space of the Earth. So one by one I will discuss these 4 or 5 layers. The first one, the troposphere, it means the region of mixing of gases basically. In the structure part, we are discussing about the 4 main layers of the Earth. The first one, troposphere. Okay, in this layer, it is literally means the mixing of the gases. So it is the life sustaining layer. It has been derived from the Greek word tropos, means mixing or the turbulence. mixing with the turbulence which are created by the presence of gases. It is the lowermost atmospheric layer in which we live, and virtually all weather phenomena that affect our life directly take place within this troposphere. All the weather phenomena are happen in this layer. The next is the stratosphere. Stratosphere is the lowermost limit of the stratosphere, that is the tropopause. Tropopause combining the two layers, troposphere and stratosphere. So that's why these two combination of these two layers is called as the tropopause. In between the gap is there, that is called the tropopause. Tropopause combining these two layers. This layer is free of water vapor and dust, and it extends up to 80 km between 50 degree to 60 degree latitude. In this layer the temperature does not change with the altitude, and in certain situations there may be a slight increase in temperature with elevation. No visible weather phenomena take place in this layer. Cirrus clouds, called the mother of pearl clouds, are occasionally formed in the lower stratosphere. Now the next is the ionosphere. Ionosphere, which extends 80 km to 480 km, and in this layer the ionization of molecules and atoms occur. Ionical atoms which are forming the electrical charge, they are found in this layer, and the temperature decreases with the increase in elevation until a low point of minus 100 degrees Celsius is reached, and beyond this layer level the temperature increases again as a result of absorption of short wave solar radiation. The next one is exosphere. Exosphere, it is already discussed earlier that the outermost layer of the atmosphere, outermost layer which join the interplanetary space to the Earth's atmosphere, and it is the outermost boundary of atmosphere. In this layer the region is highly predominant with the rarefied hydrogen and helium gases. These two gases basically present in the exosphere. Now comes to the next topic, ozone layer. Ozone layer present in stratosphere. It is basically the formation of ozone is there, importance of ozone layer is there, ozone depletion and harmful effects are there. Ozone is life sustaining gas because ozone layer absorb the ultraviolet rays which comes out from the sun. They absorbed in the ozone layer, and afterward we are safe. If ozone layer is not there or it is not present in the atmosphere, that means we cannot survive in Earth's atmosphere. So it is a life sustaining gas, we can say. Ozone depletion and its harmful effects. Some basic problems are occurring in the atmosphere of Earth due to the human activities or due to the climate condition naturally. Due to that ozone layer is going to be depleted. If once it will be depleted, it will not be further recalled or re-established. So it is very important that we have to conserve the ozonic layer. So the further depletion effects are there. The presence of ozone layer is so vital to human life that its depletion may lead to the disastrous consequences. In the absence of ozone layer, the excessive radiation of ultraviolet rays of the sun would enter into the atmosphere of Earth, and afterward we are getting the diseases, the skin diseases we will get, and it will affect the life of human as well as to the plants and animals too. This would also burn man's skin, increase the incidence of skin cancer. They are environmentalists have expressed great concern that the emission of nitrogen oxide by the large number of supersonic transport aeroplanes may cause deterioration of ozone layer. It is the basic cause they have given by the environmentalists. They are saying that nitrogen oxide or the supersonic waves we are using through the jet planes, they are depleting the ozone layer. So we have to think about that idea by which we can save the ozone layer. Then another reason for the rapid depletion of ozone layer is a continuous release of the synthetic chemicals, primarily the chlorofluorocarbon into the atmosphere. Chlorofluorocarbon, you already heard about it. It is present in the refrigerator too. It's a synthetic chemical we are using in the factories also, and afterward it will release when it will comes contact with the atmosphere, they are depleting the ozone. They are used as a cleaning agents in the refrigerator and fire extinguisher floods. According to the various reports from the Worldwide Meteorological Organization, ozone level in the atmosphere have decreased about 50% near the North Pole and South Pole, and about 4% over Australia too, New Zealand, and 3% over the subcontinent of India. International measures to save ozone layer. In June 1990, representatives of 53 nations agreed to be major production and use of ozone destroying chemicals. Then next thing is global warming. Global warming is considering by connecting the point with the ozone layer. Almost all the energy available to the earth and its atmosphere comes from the sun. As we know, the sun is a self-illuminating mass of extremely hot gases that emits radiant energy that is needed for our planet. And the direct ultraviolet rays of sun are extremely harmful for the living beings. Natural gases present in atmosphere or the natural greenhouse gases, we are keeping the surface warm because an incoming solar radiation reaches the earth and the surface gives off infrared radiation or heat, and the gases trapped inside the ground level, and the level affect the comparatively to the way of a greenhouse trap. Next, the consequences of global warming. There are glacier melting, the coral reefs are also affected, the world oceans, 90% of corals in Indian oceans are present, they are wiped out just because of the global warming. Coral reefs, complex ecosystem that are sometimes referred as the rainforest of the sea, not only serve as a breeding ground for the many species of marine life, they also protect coastlines from storms. So these are very important. Due to the global warming, they are just vanished out from the Indian Ocean. Increasing global temperature may affect the regional climatic or atmospheric changes, and the temperature, precipitation or soil moisture will also lost. Then serious steps should be taken to reduce global warming. For example, the conservation of forest, reduce industrial pollution, reduce release of CO2 in the atmosphere, and by taking measures to save the ozone layer from further depletion, and by controlling CFC release in the atmosphere may help in solving this problem. There are increase in the coastal waters too due to the global warming. The rise of the water level is going to be increased because due to the global warming, the glaciers, those are not melted from thousands of years before, they are now melting just because of the global warming condition. It is a very serious problem. I hope you understood this topic. So the further technical terms they have given in this book, page number 100, you have to solve all those technical terms in your notebooks and the further exercise questions too. If you will get any problem, you can ask me through comment section. Thank you.